Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Excel 2013 webinar on advanced features and tips for Excel. I'm not too sure if I say good morning or good afternoon, so half of you guys will have a good morning, the other half will have a good afternoon. This is a nice little 1-hour webinar that will provide you some insight on the different tools that we can play with and better your experience with Excel. So I will start Excel right away. All right, so what we'll be looking at, we'll take a look at a bit of the quick analysis button, flash fill options, chart recommendation, viewing your data quickly, easy way to do some reformatting and things of that nature. So I'm going to start right away with, just take this file here. So here I have a file, and what I'm going to look at now is some of the quick analysis buttons that is available for us. Just to quickly get some information, and so if I select this particular data here in this fashion, you will get here, see if I click on this particular button here, I have choices here where I can do some formatting, some charts, some totals. So this is some quick tools to work with. For example, if I was going to the color scheme, you see, high to lowest, the green being high, the lowest. So it is very, very quick, and you see sort of data bars. Obviously, we're seeing longer length for larger numbers in the process, and then go back, and so you can actually just make a quick undo here. There we go. You can turn around here and see how maybe a greater than, maybe doing a greater than, can select my selection. I'll say 450,000, and there we go. I could choose different looks and feel if I would need to. See, so instead of having to go into your home tab, go into your conditional formatting, well, these are quick tools that are there, quickly accessible for you, and I just find that they're easier to go and get your information rather than having to work with a standard process of going to your information, going to the tab ribbons. So look, right now, I just got so for example, if I was to take here and put in 465,000, whoops, sorry, 465,000. There you go, and the formatting is done. So it is a nice tool that can be worked with it. So these are ways to speed up the process for a lot of them in the process. So for example, I'm still under formatting. I could say, there's top 10%, right there, right, quickly done. Or if I choose again, if I choose greater than, choose this number, hit OK, and I could come back here under formatting and clear it all. That's another way to do this. So it's quick, it's fast. We don't have to work, it really works nicely in the process. Now, I'm going to go and do another selection. I will include the titles on top and on left. Now, from this point here, you see I can come in here and go to charts. So here I can choose, you see a line chart. There you go, my chart is created automatically. Well, quick references to it, and from this point here, there's a series of shortcut tools that I could use. So I can work, show, and not show elements in the process. So I see access titles here, click on it here. There's my access title here, and I can do some changes if I need to in the process here and say, there we go. So I just pick outside, there we go. So, instead of having to go into all the different designs and format buttons that we have about our chart, it's available right here, quickly, and it can be done without a problem. See, I can actually do some filters. Now, from filtering, I can do some chart filters, sorry, go back here, and see, I can say, well, I don't want Q2. So you see, I can choose not to see the package good, and hit apply. Now, both of them are there. So rather than having to go into the select items, select the data, and edit the data, it's by a snap of the fingers, and you can drill down your information, view your information, and be able to actually pull it out easily for everybody to look and see. So that's one of the wonderful things about the process. So if I just delete my chart here, come back to charts, you see, of course, within charts, it could be a clustered, stack, click more, then I get all my different charts. These are recommended, these are the all charts. So you see, I could choose a line chart, I could choose a column chart, and just putting any cursor over it, any one of them. I could choose a bar chart. That's used when your data is a little boring, just kidding. So there we go. Click OK, and there's a bar chart created for you automatically with the same features. The ability to filter, the ability to go and get some chart elements, and just to work a little more efficiently in providing the data and exploring the charts tools without having to go into the design and the arrange tabs that we have. It's visual, it's there for you, easy to work with. So that's some of the really nice things we have here. Now I'm going to come back here again. We talk about charts. You see, if I choose totals, well, I see we have sums, we have averages, we have count, you see, we have percentage totals, and we have running totals. So watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to select the data, I'm going to include the totals here, and we're going to come in here, and under my totals, you see, if I running total, there you see. So basically, which is basically my counts, I running total, I have sums, so I see there's my sums, see? So it's adding total in the process. So if I was to actually delete this particular arrow, back here, reselect my information, see, go into my totals again, and choose a sum. See, if I want to replace it, I'm replacing the totals. Obviously, the same thing, because I took a particular chart that already had the totals in the process. So it works very well. Totals, I could choose, again, we talked about our averages, we talked about sums, you see. We have the ability to do, see, we have more here. We have percentage totals, you see. Nice way to work with it. We have running totals. We have counts. So it is well done. Now, if I was to take this here this way, and I was to come here, go to my totals, and go to talk about my running totals, you see. Or if it's running percentages, there you go. So another way of viewing information, running totals. So it really works well. It is quick to get some information. You don't have to, go and get your formulas out and create things. It's at the tip of your fingers. This is called the quick analysis button. Just quickly able to analyze some information in the process. Under tables, you see, I can make this a table. Now undo this. Obviously, what I would then, so what I would do is probably select my data in this file. Probably here, put in products. You see, there we go. Make it look nice. There we go. And I'm going to select this data here in this manner here. Now, if I take this here and come here, go to table, make this as a table. There we go. We now have the ability to view my information here as a little table. A little small data to do so, but it's very easy to do instead of having to go insert table and make your selection in the process. So that's some of the nice tools that we have here. Just quickly getting your data, your information. Now, I'm going to do this here. This is called Sparkline. Sparkline is a newer feature, and it's a quick analysis feature that we have here. I'll do it with a quick analysis. So see, for example, if I select this particular line here, and then I come here and choose a Sparkline, see, I'll choose the line, and unfortunately, it does it on that window. See, so I would need not to have any titles to do that in the process. So if I was to use Sparkline in the traditional manner, and I will do so here, you see, I will choose a line Sparkline. Sparkline is a fantastic quick analysis tool of a miniature chart done for your information here, and I will choose, see, so from EDIFAR and select my location, mainly here, and hit OK. So see now if I copy this down, there are mini charts for all of the data in the process, you see. And you could always, if you wish, take some of these here, stretch it out just a bit more, a little more emphasis on your line. So you see, from this here, now as soon as I have that, I have a design tab. And here, let's say here, I will highlight the high points, you see. Coming here, I have to highlight the high points, which is just a great tool. And or choose, right here again, choose the low points, you see. Now, my low points, fortunately here, they're both red. I'm going to come here and I want to make sure that my low points are green. So there we go. High points are red, low points are green. Or you can just reverse the way you want to do it in the process. So that's basically a nice little tool that you have. It provides you, this is called a Sparkline. It's a quick chart of a line of data instead of having a series of data that you have. Instead of doing a chart for all four of them, I can choose just a specific line and do a quick chart to demonstrate a growth pattern, a tendency of your data and process. So obviously here we see growth, big drop, and small back up. So there we have the information here. In this situation here, same thing. See, you seem to have had a better first and second quarter. So there we go, and then a major drop. There we go. So this gives you an idea how to present without having to go do a whole chart on your tools. It's just a quick way of doing some presentations. quick analysis button. It is nice, it is easy, it is almost seamless in the process. So yeah, we're back to this for half a second. There we go. We now have, you see, so there's formatting tools here. You have your charts, you have some totals, we have some tables, and sparklines ability to run. So just ability to do. So if I was to actually delete this data here, and I would select this information, information here, come here, and went to sparklines, you see, select my line, there's my line. It's created here within an area. So it's very easy, quickly done, and you're able to get your information in the process. So to me, that's a nice tool, very useful and easy to work with. So that's one of the nice, cool things in the process. All right. So now, since this is, I'll come back here. I'm going to go open. Okay. I have this particular. You see data here. So you see, I have this particular set of data here. Just scroll down to the process. We have here some 100 and some records. You see, we have some information. Now, what I want to talk about is called the flash fill option. Sort of kind of really cool. Instead of doing a concatenated field and doing a formula and get the first name, ampersand, and have a space and have the last name, what we're going to do is put it all together. So the first name, and it's going to do it for us. You see, that's the beauty of working. So you see here, I'm going to come here, and I'm just going to type in here, full name. All right, so you see here, there's full name. So now watch what I'm going to do here. Right. So I'm going to start typing, you see, and we're going to use these two names here. Karen Connors. I see there's Peter Vano, so on and so forth. So I'm going to use the names from this section here. Let's come in here and I'm going to type in Karen Connors, you see? Oh, sorry. Connors, hit enter. Now I put in Vano. Oh, sorry. Peter. You see here? Peter Vano. It has recognized automatically that I'm using these two particular fields here. Two fields there, it's my row B and C. When I hit enter, voila, and everybody's been added all the way down the list. So I was able to do this very easily. And so now watch, we're going to just keep going with this, just because, and say, just because here. So we have city and province. So if I was to come here and put in Calgary, space AB, and then start typing, see, Kingston, Ontario, which is, so I'm just combining these two, hit enter. Now I have them all in the field and across, done. So provides me the quick way to do a concatenated field, and that's just a flash fill. You see here, as soon as you do this, you have a little window here, and undo the flash, accept suggestion. Select all 14 change cells, you see, boom, and you go. So then you actually put them all bold or just take it off. It is very useful, very easy to work with, and that provides you just the ability to put this information, boom, right away onto your information. And it's seamless because it was part of an actual list. And so obviously I took the next field within list. If you're going down 4 or 5 columns and you have some blank columns, it will not work. So just make sure that you're able to have that information provided for you, and boom, there you go. It's working very quickly and being able to get that information into it very quickly and without any problems in the process. All right, so that's called flash fill options. Very easy, and as you may have seen, I almost tend to say seamless, but there is. As long as you can type the proper data on it without making spelling mistakes, it will work fine and very fast and smoothly in the process. Okay. Now I'm going to go here and I'm going to open another file. We're going to talk about, I talked about, there we go. All right, so we have another, it's a Simpson. I will select the data in this particular manner. Now, with 2013, we have the charts, just like all the other charts, but we also have a section called recommended charts or charts recommendations. So if I hit my insert tab here, and you see here, we're recommended charts. You see now under recommended charts, we have, see, a cluster and different ways of looking at it. We have the lines, We have, so these are the ones that they have recommended for that type of data. See? So it would be up to you to decide which one you, let's say if I choose this one here, I hit OK, well then where we have created a chart. And again, we have the same tools here. We have your chart title, we have information, data labels. You want to put your data labels, decide what labels you want inside the end, outside the center. So there's your choices. So we have the ability to play with that. Very easy, and it's seamless. Take it away, they're out. So it's really goes very well. Error bars, if you have error bars, so there you go. If you grid lines, you can choose more grid lines. There we go. Well, it's quick formatting. It's done easily, and it's no. To me, I find it quite easy to work with. And now, it does not take away anything. And please remember, it does not take anything away from going into your regular charts, for example, and doing the chart that you so desire. And there we go. That has not changed. And those have the same tools here in the process, where you have chart styles, you see, and different styles that you could look at, see, within this window. And now this is my favorite one because it just takes a lot more ink. I'm just kidding. All right. So you see, but it's just a nice way to highlight your information. Then on the choices, and every chart has its own personal benefits, and you need to choose the one that is most easy for you. So those are styles. Now, see, from the styles, if I choose a style, then I can go to the colors and change a different color look, you see? Or choose within colorful or with monochronic. It depends, obviously, the intent of your presentation and who is your clientele. All right, so that's just one of the things that you need to understand, which your clientele should dictate the type of look and feel that you will be trying to provide. Okay, so that is so easy to work with. It is fun. So again, my selection, I will go again, you see, and yeah, recommended charts. You are under, you see, there's all charts here, and these are recommended charts. You're under no obligation to choose any of those as following, but there you go. You're able to do this. And again, you're saying, boom, your styles. Different looks and feel. So, and it's quick, it's done. It's right hand there for you. It saves a lot of time in the process of building a chart and trying to get a look and feel that is comfortable for everybody in the process. Right. Select it again, and of course, just to be aware. So we have the move chart. So the same two tools. We have one less format, one less tab than previous version because we have all our chart elements that are here. So the array. So this is right there. I can hit move chart here, move it on to a new sheet, and say the chart, and voila, we have a chart. And this is again linked to my sheet 1 here. Both are there in the process. I have the same tools that I have if I click here. My same tools are here again. You see, my same tools are here. We have the design tab, same features, my format, everything is there, and nothing has been. Let's see. If I was going to Bruce for sale, fruits for sale. There we go. And formatting is there. I can select this. I can change look and feel if I would want to. Depending on word styles, it's very more traditional in process. Let me just want to text. The choices are there in process. They're darker. Well, very easy, very straightforward. Okay, so these are tools that we have here that are quick, they're efficient in the process. So now what I want to do here is I'm going to just close this one here. There we go. Close this one here. We'll get back to this one in a few minutes. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go open here. Okay. So I have here a particular file. That's not the one I want. Sorry. Close this guy here. Sorry, Agile, just serve that. All right, so here I'm going to go open. There you go. So I have a file here. Now, we want to talk about power views, different ways of viewing your information in the process. Okay, so I have this data here. Now, I want to talk about power view. In order to, I'm going to just close this guy here. Delete this guy, perfect. All right. All right, so we have power view. So what I got here, you see I have a range, and I name my range data here. Before I go to this, I want to talk about the power view. Different ways of quickly viewing data. A different manner. We've talked. You should be aware of. We have the insert table feature. That's fine. What I have here is the ability to work with this power view. So please join me here. First, before I'm going to go to the options. Now, in the options here, I want to talk about add-ins, and within the add-ins, one of the things that you want to make sure under Excel add-ins, you see, COM add-ins. A little too fast, There we go. Go back to my add-ins here. We have, you see, Excel COM add-ins. We have, and then hit go. So here we have the power view. If this is not available, that can be downloaded from Microsoft.com. It's a Microsoft tool, Power View. I'm going to hit cancel here. So when we have that, so you see there's your information. You go from this view here, and you will have a particular button right here, right on my toolbar under the Insert tab. There's a Power Button View, which I will click on, and you see my data is there, my range data is there. We'll let it work, and we'll say no thanks here. All right. So here is a way of viewing my data. So you see here, I could decide to expand and work with your data, have a process, and it's just an ability to work with this information. Now, what we have here, if you take a look, we have order ID, vehicle, salesperson data. Now you see here, the amounts are not there. I can click on amounts here and generate the amounts here. So you see that can be done very easily in the process. That can be easily worked with. Now, what I can do here, I can move my information. So maybe, just maybe here, I would like to have my dates up here. So look, now I'm viewing by dates, you see. So it is a quick way of doing so. So I see by dates and dates by, and so four choices are there here. Or I could have it by order by vehicle type, you see, and I'd have the sedans by dates, you see, then the SUV by minivan, so on and so forth. So I quickly just move my data around to be able to work with this information, and it works very, very easy in the process. I can turn around here. Now, see here, watch, I can turn around here and just go take my amounts, see. Now, my amounts are here, and work depending on the information I have. I can work with this information and be able to see view my amounts for all. There we go. So, and choose a filter. So these are things that we'll look at in a few minutes. There you go. So you're just able to play with your information here. Or if I go back inside here and I choose amount, my amounts will be inside this list. So it's a way of working some information, a way of work. So if I decide to click outside here and see hit range, and now this amount here, and then I can work with the filters here to work with this information. So I could say, I could choose all, I can do a filter from this amount within the table. We'll be able to work with that information. We'll just hold a second here. Oh, I'm going a little too fast. So that's basically your view. If you click inside your list here, and it's just a reproduction of your list that was right here on sheet one. These are power views. It just gets you to go your information a whole lot faster in the process. So you see what you can click on all and active. So sometimes depending on if you have some data you're not using, you would just see, click on all and you can generate more information in the process. At any point in time, I do not want the order number. You see the order number is no longer viewed here. It's just a quick, instead of having to hide a field or whatever the case may be, I quickly show my data and do this information very quickly, and so if I click outside here, so now you see here, I can go to filters, my views, and if I choose to say with customer location, you see here, oh, look how easy it is. I just want to view from New York. All right. Okay, come on, guys. Do this again. There we go. Filters. All right. I see. I choose just from New York, and I will get all my people from Albany. There we go, people from Albany. Or we want just people from New York. So from this window here again, if I go back to my filters, you see, I can filter the table. Well, I'd like to have with a salesperson with Juliet. So see, there's my second filter, and I'm able to just quickly what I'm simply doing is just viewing this information in a different manner. So if I go back to my customer cities, you see, I can choose all. I choose all, there we go. And these are all that on Juliet, because Juliet, so, and if I filter for Juliet, there we go, come back. I now want only New York. Deselect everything, just choose New York. There's my New York City, you see. Under my vehicle types, you see. So I'll say with SUV. There we go. So I'm able to quickly do some filtering, and the beauty of the filtering is visual. You can see it here. You can see what is happening to the filtering. So this is a nice way for me to show my information, to be able to view that information and not have to worry about this look and feel in the process. It is right there. I'm able to view that information. And that, to me, provides me an ability to view the information. And it does not take anything away from my present worksheet that is here. It's a power view. Now, within my power view, of course, as long as you see, you will get a design tab, and there's a power view tab. And you see here, this power view, your text boxes, your picture, you can arrange. You're going to refresh. If you have several tables, you can work on relationships in the process, and you can add a theme to it, you see. Different looks and feel. So if you have some themes that you could work with the information within your design tab, tiles, different choices, you can total, none, whatever. So you see, this is a tile view. So back to a matrix, if you wish, or back to a card view. Very easy to work with this information here. Back to my filters. See, and then I can just come in here, choose all, and let's put it here, all. There you go. Did I not click here? Oh, there you go. Well, you're able to move this information. You see now in this card view, I have each of them here in the process. By pickups, by sedans, by luxury, and so on and so forth. Different way of viewing your information. So that's just a quick way of viewing that information here. Those are your views that we have ability here. So tile type, you see tile flow. And see now, look, it's a nice way of doing this information. Very easy to look at. And the thing is, in doing a presentation or showing your data, it is visual. People are seeing what you're actually filtering or what you're actually viewing in the process. So if I go back to my filters here, say amounts, so pay the salesperson. We're looking at New York City here. Customer location. There you go. Back. There you go. And now we have Rochester, minivans, pickups. And so we have it in all the views there for you to work with. So it is, vehicle type. You see that's the one I'm filtering. Or I could turn around here. And, so that's the beauty of working this information. And whoops, sorry, go too fast. Just see now, you can look and choose the ones you want to work with, and the way you want to do your filters. You see, for your filters, I can go with Albany, and there we go. So there's your sedan, your pickups, which is the tool of vehicle type that we're actually working with in the process. If I was to choose by customer location, well then here, see, matrix, and see, there's my, and there we have all. We'll be able to get a few seconds here. Oh man, ounce. Come on. There you go. All. Card view. And there's your choices. I will go by customer locations. There we go. All right, there we go. That's So there's by customer associations, by dates, by associations, so your choices are there. You can work the drop down arrow here, and I want them by salesperson, by contact, by customer location. And there you have your information. You're able to play with this. And just by, just deselect one here. Deselect them all. And just by Albany or by New York. See, there we go. So different ways of viewing it. You could choose under a matrix, see, or under a table view. Different way of viewing that information. There we go. It's a great tool. It's very easy to work with. Provides you the ability to show your information here. You can put in a title here, sales of cars, sales of cars by cities. There we go. So it's just to simply work your information here, and refresh your window at any time you're doing anything you need to work with, different views. So that's your plan. Go back in here, and you're able to manipulate this information easily without any effort in the process. So that's your Power View. Power View is a nice tool that will provide you information. You see, it will give you the look and feel that you want, as long as see. So there's by cities. So here are by cities. There we go. And so there was nothing here in information because I have nothing selected in the process. So under your matrix, you see here. Now we select all. There we go. There we go. So you see we have Albany, New York. And obviously you need to generate what I want to view in that group of information. There you go. And so we see choose Buffalo. There's my information. Oh, okay. So that's the way you can work. Oh, all right. It's not. There, I'll put information here. Let's print that out. So you see, you're able to move this up there. And just spread out as you go through the process. There you go. Put some more information. As you see, as I stretch it down, I will view my information properly. So I seem to have two of them, one on top of the other here, so nothing to worry about. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to go open IFCO 3 here. So what I have here is we'll just quickly talk about some of the features in pivot tables. So I have here this particular tool, and what I do is, of course, I have a range called database to arrange my data. I will go to my insert. I will go to my pivot table here, and we'll have it on a new worksheet. There we go. A range table is good. I tend to put in here the word database, which is the range that I have, and I will hit OK. So there's my. So I have here so we will choose here, for example, we'll choose territories here. We will choose product code, and we'll put in our total sales here in the process. Of course, my total sales is, so we have here field settings. I will first and foremost do this in currency. So it's very simple, straightforward, and voila, my currency, hit OK. May want to just turn around, go back to my number format, currency input, no decimal points, and hit it. So there we go. So I have my currency in process. As you know, in a pivot table, if I double click on any of this data, there you go. It gives me a new worksheet telling me where my information comes from. And if I have this sum here, I use a sum here. This sum will provide me the exact same amount of where I double clicked on. So you see under sheet 2, my total sales, 1,300,000 here. There we go. And from this one, on sheet 1, I had that information right here. So very easy to work with in the process. Now, some of the tools that are nice quickly if we're looking at our pivot table, you see here we have different tools that I can work with. This is my Power Pivot, but I'm not in a pivot table here. So what I want to do here, you see under Analyze here, I can quickly do some changes to my look and feel. Under Design here, I could decide, you see, I don't want the grand totals, want the grand totals, change the different types of layout. You see outline. So for example, if I took my quarters, under my territories, I have territories by quarters. So you see here our look and feel here, depending on the choice you choose, depending if you're tabular and of course, choosing, and this is about presenting your data, right? Just making a quick presentation and how you want this to be viewed and approached and presented. So very easy, very simple in the process. Now, within this window here, what I'd like to do here is I'm going to bring this up here to my quarters here. Now, what I want to do here is I'd like to, it's good. So what I want to do here is I want to filter some information quickly and make it very, very visual. What we're going to look at, and this is a way to present some data, easy, and it's to me again, and I'm always with the seamless process. Insert my slicer. This is the slicer, which I will choose. I'll choose these four. There we go. And I can even go with the salesperson. So let me hit OK. So now you see here what I have is very nice, very easy. This doesn't get nicer to do a presentation, and I always say when my manager asks for a question or view tool, this is visual. We're going to see what we want to do. So let's just say we would like to have just the data for 2013. One click on 2013, and I just filtered the data for 2013. I want only quarter one. You see here, now we'll say quarter one up here, you see? And there we go. I want Alberta and BC, so finger on control. Voila, Alberta and BC, right there. You have them there. On specific products, same thing. I want BGs. You see here, BGs and PGs, you see? There we go. And here are the salesperson that cater to the territory BC. So if I take Amelia out, see, this is only Amelia. There's her numbers, you see? There's Aileen numbers. Well, I may decide all the products for just Aileen, you see? She does have beverage goods and packaged goods, you see? Come back here, take this away. So now, well, these are the staff that do sell all of the products, you see, for this. Well, maybe I want quarter 1 and 2. Yeah? Or I don't want 2013, I want 2014. So there are my numbers. And I see 2014 automatically, even if I don't put any filter here, has only 2 quarters in it, so it's a year and a half of information. If I click 2013, boom, I have my 4 quarters, you see? So it is a nice way to get quick information out there for you, and there's no problem there in the process. All right, the question was asked about, yes, I will show you how to activate Power Views again. We'll gladly do that. And the relationships is if you have 2 different databases or 2 different tables that have a unique correspondence. So, for example, supplier IDs for the suppliers and the product database, you have the supplier ID. If you have a relationship that does exist, then you can actually use that Power Relation tool in the process. And the gentleman, bear with me 2 seconds. I will show you how to reactivate the Power Views. Now here, what we have here, again, so these were just very simple things to click on. You see, I can just select all of these here and just hit delete and bring them out. Oh, sorry, too fast. And hit delete, keyboard arrow. And then back into your pivot table process. So that is within your pivot tables. We have under analyze, under analyze, we have the insert slicer. Very easy, very simple to work with. Okay. Now I'm just going to answer. I think it's Kim's, or I think it's Kim. So to activate, one of 2 things you'll need to do. You'll need to go to File, Options. Under Options, just pursue your window here. You will have Add-ins. Under the Add-ins, at the bottom here, it says Manage. If you hit the drop-down arrow here, COM Add-ins, you will hit Go. And here you should find Power Views. If it's not there, you can actually go and download this from Microsoft.com. So go to Microsoft.com and go to Power Views. You should be able to get that in the process. So if I go here, start just to all right, so basically, okay. Yeah, so you see basically turn on, and this is so these are your steps to do. You will go to Options, Add-in, as I taught, and .com Add-ins, and PowerView check that in. So it is connected automatically with Excel 2013. No need to go in download. You may need to enable your Silverlight here in the process. All right. Okay. All right. So if I go back to my quarterly sales, whoops, sorry, my sheet here. So I have my data here, and I'm just going to put everything here. So there will be our business. Now, what I'm going to do here is just switch these around. So I have quarter 1, 2, 3, 4 here. My product BGF, PFS, so beverage goods, fresh. Oh, here. I can have some fun and make it look nicer here. There we go. All right, beverage goods, fresh produce, fresh seafood. Now, what I want to do here, if you recall, we had 4 territories. We had Alberta. So if I hit Alberta, you just see Alberta, or go back and select all. Alberta, BC, Manitoba, and Ontario. So for this process here, I'm going to do something very, very simple. It's within my Analyze tab. I will have the ability to, hold on a sec. Sorry. All right, sorry. Okay, now watch. If I go to my Analyze tab, I have to go to my options here, and I'm going to go Show Report Filter Pages. This is something that people don't forget to use. Think of having more than one filter at the bottom here. So if you have, or here, well, I'm going to hit Cancel here. I also put my years here, see? So I have years and territory. So I could decide, and I'm going to just take, not all the data is there. So see, all my data is here now. So I have two report filters, and I have one data row. So if I go to my options here, and I go Show Report Filter Pages. Now, this is great because I can choose the one. I'm going to go with territory just simply because it'll give me more things to view because we have 4 territories. So what I want to do here in this situation is going to create 4 new tabs, with one being Ontario, Alberta, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and BC. So look, I'm going to go to territory. I'm going to hit OK. Now, if you take a look at the bottom of my screen, you see here, I have, you see it? No, that, so Alberta. And this is, see the territory filter for Alberta right here. This one here is BC. Sheet 4 is Manitoba, Saskatchewan. The reason, very simple, the reason it did not put Manitoba, Saskatchewan, you cannot have a / in your title. So I'm going to simply double click here and put in MB space SK. There we go. And then I have Ontario as the last one. And I still have my sheet 1, which is my all-encompassing zone. So it's a nice way to do some quick drill downs. So if some people work on specific territories, they go directly to the worksheet they want and do some filtering here, just like you would with anything else in the process. Very easy to do, very simple, very straightforward, and it's done in one shot, and you have to look at it, and off you go. So that's basically the ability to do this particular tool in the process. And you see we have you have your refresh, you have your, again, you can insert splicers for all of them, no changes to that in the process. I just wanted to show one thing here. You see I'm in the field settings here. In my earnest of political correctness here, I want the percentage, so this to be 100%. If I hit OK, so you see, now I'm seeing everything as percentages of information rather than actual raw data numbers. So it gives you an idea of different ways that you can view your information here. So I could choose just as a column total, so then these are all just 100%, you see. So another way of putting your information. Come back right here. I'll go back here quickly, put in, no calculation back to my process. So that's one of the nice things you have here in process. So it's ways to review your information, show it quickly, be able to work with that process. Very, very, very straightforward, very fast, very easy. All right. Now, see here, if I have this here, now look at what I can do here. Go to Pivot Chart and choose a chart that I want and hit OK, and the chart's done. All right. So basically, now what I like about this window here is although I have my chart is beautiful, I try not to work in the chart. You can do that if you want to. But see, I can turn around and say, I want only 2013. and the data is automatically updated for your chart. So I'm looking at my spreadsheet, my pivot chart, my pivot table, and whenever I change the pivot table, it just brings over here. So I can turn around here and say, okay, I don't want first and second quarter, hit OK. So now I'm looking at data just at the third and fourth quarter. So it very easily works in the process, and you can put this information here in the process. Now, I'm going to do something here. While I'm at it, you see I'm going to come here under Analyze, and we're inside this particular chart here. As you can see, we have total sales, and I also have commissions. So if I take my commissions down here, you see I have now my total sales and my total commissions. See, both of them are there. That's fine. That's good. Now, what I'd like to do here is, because, well, if we have total sales minus the commissions, we will have our net sales. So watch what I am going to do. I'm in here. I'm going under the Analyze tab, and I'm going to go here under a calculated field. Now, see my calculated field here? Well, I will put in here net sales. Net sales provides me, that's just putting a title to it. I'm going to come in here, and really, folks, not complicated. Total sales, a little double click or click insert, minus commissions. Voila, there is my information here. I click add, and I hit OK. You see it is now right here. So if I was to put in all three of them, you see, and all three of them. So now I have, you see, the total sales, the commissions, and the net sales, all for beverage goods, you see, all for beverage goods. So now you see 928, 24,000, 98, 903,000 in the process. So there we go. And all three of them in process, and go right down to the end. If I look at the end, we have total sales, total sums of commissions. So see 19 million, 5 million, and my 19,500,000 something for my total net sales. Very easy, very straightforward. And I come back here and I choose, so you can say, oh, I want all. So now you see, there we go. So there's back to my 29 million, my full amount. So there's my total sales, my total commissions, and my sum of the sales. Right there, straightforward, easy to work with, and almost seamless in the process. So that's one of the nice tools we have. One more thing I want to do, and I'm going to go more into a view of there we go, back to HIF code here. So now I have HIF code here. This is a particular spreadsheet. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to convert this into a table. So very simply here, I'm going to insert, I'm going to choose this into a table, and there's my table, it's information. I'm going to hit OK. So there, see it's like a table view. Now you could say, you could turn around and filter by individuals. Voila, that's fine. See, you can turn around here and have a total row at the bottom and have the sum. So this is sum of the filtered amount. See, come back here and select all. We're back to the 29 million in the process. That's fine. Now, of course, the beauty of this, you see, there's no longer a need when you have this table view to go into what we call freeze panes. Because look, you see, if my cursor is here, as I scroll down, I do lose the titles, and I will agree in this. But if I'm inside my table, watch what this is going to do to row H, to the H. So take a look at the H, the A through the H, the title of the column, you see? Boom, now they take the columns in. So there's no need to put in a freeze pane at any point in time, and we have our information here as we scroll through the process. That's fine. Now, what I want to do here is this. Again, just another way of putting some information. I'm at a table view. I want to go and I will put in here net sales. So net sales, what does net sales do? Well, it's very simple. It creates a new field within my table. Now, within this window here, what I want to do here is I want to be able to, and you see here, it's going to say here, undo automatic. No, it says okay. So perfect. So now what we're going to do here, we're coming here, and I actually want to put in total sales minus the commissions. I will ask everybody to take some attention and look at the actual wording or the actual process of how they're actually going to name these actual cells. So it would be or should be G15 minus H15. But what we're going to do here now, and watch, I'm going to go here, I will click equal, say here, equal, and I will select the total sales. And since I'm in the table view, it says total sales, and I will put the minus and choose commissions. See? So now, and if I hit enter, everything is populated all the way down the process. Now, the fun part of this is very simple. If I hit F2 here, view, it says total sales minus commission. Now, For my particular example, both are side by side, but imagine having a table of 40, 50 different fields, and you are dividing or adding field C plus field K, and that's going to be on field A, on the column AZ. So, K5 C5 minus K5, and the total is on cell A, AM5, whatever it may be. At that point in time, it is hard to understand. It's not visual as to seeing, but when in the table, if you look, it gives you the name of the title of the field. So total sales minus commissions. So it's very easy to look at and provides you an ability to view this information directly on screen within that particular window, very easily in the process. So that's basically, and here we have your design tool, and this window here we have the design tools process. Now, I'm going to take this information, I'll take these numbers here, for example, and remember we've talked about this, the analysis tools. Here's another one that I do like very much. We're going to do it this one, and then come back, and I'll do it on the other worksheet and process. So see here, if I actually go to my data tab, I have the data analyzer here. So you see, there's my data analyzer, which we have series of choices we have. You see, you have random, exponential correlations. You have sampling regressions. I'm going to go with descriptive statistics, all right? And I'm going to hit OK. Now, you see here, the input range. Well, you see, the input range is going to be this information here. This is the data that I'm putting as an input, you see. And I can actually come back here. I'll just do this again. There we go, and add the title here, and have the label in the first row. It's a column of information I have. And the output I want summary statistics, and I want this, not on a worksheet, on, let's say, a statistic, and I want this information, how about right here? Sounds good? How about right there? So we see we have information here, and I'm going to hit OK. Now, look at this information. Nothing complicated, but very useful little information. Oh, sorry. And so here we have. So quickly, just about net sales. There's the mean, there's the median, standard deviation, there's your range, your minimum, your maximum, the sum, and the count. Quickly, it got me a whole lot of information about a series of tools there. Very easy, very quickly, very simple. So that's your data analysis tools. Now, I'm going to go here, because I believe I have, it's not this one here. Sorry, bear with me a second. I'm going to go open here and open div 3. So you see here, if I select this information in this manner, all right, I go to my data tab and choose data analysis. You see, it's going to be descriptive statistics, or you can choose covariance or correlations. Now here we're going to go with descriptive statistics. So yeah, sorry folks. All right, it's Friday, so there we go. And my data obviously is going to be the selection of this data here in the process. There we go. And labels are in the first row. My output range is going to be, so this one here, I can say I3. And summary statistics, there we go. And then hit OK. So now I'm going to get, and this is the beauty of this, it gets for all of these. So it works by column. Remember the choice where it was either by column or by row. So now is a column of data. So for quarter 1, this is your set of data, of information, your counts. Quarter 2 or quarter 3. So series of sets of data, accounts, and process. So this provides you a quick manner to do this information rapidly and provide me information about my data. And so that's using your data analysis tool. Very easy. Now, again, data analysis, if you go to File, if you go to Options, if you're not seeing data analysis here, do not fret, do not worry. You go to Add-ins. Now, this is an Excel add-in. It's not a com.add-in. Excel add-ins, you hit Go, and this is your analysis toolpak. So if I deselect this, I hit OK, I will lose the data analysis here in the process. So repeat the process. File Options, under your add-ins, we have Excel add-ins. I will put in the analysis toolpak, hit OK. Just a quick review of this information. I talked mainly about the descriptive statistic. You have exponential smoothing. You have histogram, moving averages, random number generation. We have regressions or samplings. So there's a series of other tool analysis tools that are there for you to work with. All right, that's good. Now, okay, good. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So again, very easy to select this information, select the data you want, and see. Of course, there we go. And just can clean it up at any point in time. I'm going to do one thing here, and this is just because I find a nice way to conclude this little session here. Everybody knows that we have, or we should know, there is, you see, if I just put in here, if I just go to a new table very quickly, if we have, I have 4 preset sets of data, right? These are text custom lists that do exist, right? You can use this as September, all right, process, or you can choose Monday, day of the week. And then it repeats. Right after the Monday, it goes right back to Tuesday again. That keeps going on, so on and so forth. So there are 4 of them. The other one is the acronyms of the week. So if I was put in here, put in as SAT, right, SAT, and it comes down, and there's my days of the week. So those are the 4 that already do exist and are there by default. Now, in this situation here, if I decide that I would like to sort this, you see, I can go alphabetical, A, B, B, C, Manitoba, Ontario. Very straightforward sort in the process. Now, not unfortunately, but we would like to have a sort from west to east. So basically going BC, Alberta, Manitoba, Ontario. So what I want to do is, it's a custom sort, but what you need to do is actually create a list. So you see here, I'm going to take these guys here, and I'm going to edit them in the process. And I will give you an idea of things that you could use this for later on in the process. So you see, for example, here, we're going to take this guy here, and I'm going to go to File. I will go to Options. From my options, I will go into my Advanced tab, scroll all the way down, and then here's my Edit Custom List, which I will select. In my Edit Custom List here, you have the ability to import, you see, the data here from B4 to B7, which is here, and I will import this information, so they're here. So I hit OK. So now, once this is done, look what I can do for my sort. If I decide to sort by colors, and so now if I obviously come here, if I go to my sort, this right now is sorted by AZ. Well, I can turn around here and go to my custom list. So it's still territories values AZ, but custom list. And there's my custom list. Hit Add, hit OK, hit OK. And I'll look from BC, Alberta, Manitoba, Ontario. Very easy to do a custom list, be able to work and sort this information. But watch what I can also do now. If I type in BC here, I can now use this to create a list. So, for example, and just keep this in the back of your mind, something that may happen here. You see, let's say this is the list that I always have to use. I'm always typing this information on an actual chart or on different standard worksheets. So I'm going to come here. I could do this here. I could come here and simply use this. Scroll all the way down. And there you go. I can import this here. I hit OK. Okay. So you see here, I can come in here and type in and see, repeat as many times as you want, wherever you want. And this is not with this worksheet. This is with any work. You see a brand new workbook. A brand new workbook here. Type in. Oops, there we go. So there we are. You see, and it repeats again and again and again. See? So it's very easy to work. And from this point here, you go down, and you have them again. So I just want to show you. So instead of reinventing the wheel and having to go open another file, select the titles, copy, paste them here, and create them once, and then you just need to type the first one, drag it across, and you have that particular information there available for you throughout the process. All right. Okay. All right, so that basically concludes my presentation. I hope this was of value to anybody or everybody. You know, I think it has just quick tips and tricks that help you work in the process. Just hoping that this was something that was of value to everybody. So thank you very much. And for those who will be attending the OneNote presentation at 3 o'clock, we'll see you then. For all the others, I'd like to thank you very much for taking this hour of your time and enjoying the tips and tricks from Microsoft Excel 2013. Thank you.